Right now headed out to the private jet airport out here in Dallas, Texas, you guys, and we're gonna be meeting up with and interviewing a billionaire on his private jet, guys. I'm gonna be asking him, first of all, how much money it even takes to make, to be able to afford and own a private jet. I mean, that's insane just to think about. And we're gonna be asking him his secrets to building a billion-dollar company out here in one of the wealthiest cities in America. So stay tuned, we're headed there right now to interview the man himself on his private jet. All right, you guys, look, as you can see, man, we just got to the private jet airport right here. We're gonna be going in and we're gonna be going right out to the man's jet. He apparently, I guess, landed from Utah a couple minutes ago, man. So any second now, we're gonna be meeting up with him, you guys. Come on. What's going on, man? How you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Good to see you, buddy.
Nice to meet you, man. Super happy to be out here, man. We just got in from Utah.
Yeah.
How was the flight?
It was great. It was easy. It just came in. We had a house in Park City, but home base Dallas here.
How long have you been flying private for?
Oh, man. My last commercial flight ever was, I remember this, was 2018 coming from France to Dallas. We just left Monaco Grand Prix.
8 years? 8 years?
Yeah, 8 years. And I kept on telling my wife, I said, hey, last commercial flight ever, hopefully. We had just bought a plane. We were redoing it. And so now we've had a few planes. And we're on our latest one right now.
Is it true that you make more money flying private as well because you kind of step into that frequency?
Man, I don't know if I could ever really say that. Yeah. I think it's a luxury item that, hey, you just got to say this is what it's going to cost and it is what it is. But you can never, ever make more time, right? Time's 100%. Your most precious commodity you could ever have. Yeah. And so in some ways, it's a time machine. And so you really can save a lot of time.
Oh, hey, we got to go check out the jet
right
now, man.
Let's
go
do
check it out. This is crazy right here. You understand that, right, man? We got to see this right here, man.
This is fun, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Everybody who gets planes, I mean, the planes are so expensive, but they typically paint them white with 2 stripes.
100%.
Like, come on, guys. Yeah. Can we not do something cool?
Yeah, man. What was the inspiration behind the camo, man?
So I had my last one was a black camo, and I did Lamborghini purple underneath.
Yeah.
This one we did a Rolls-Royce Tempest gray with 3 different shades, and then we did paint to sample mint Porsche underneath them.
Wow.
So it's something kind of fun and different.
Man. This is crazy right here, man. This is dope.
You want me to head up?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Wow. This is crazy right here, man. How often are you flying these days?
You know, we're flying about 300 hours.
And is that for business, for projects?
It's mainly personal. Yeah, we're going to start doing a little bit more business with it, but most of it's personal because we travel a lot.
Yeah.
We've got 4 kiddos. We got bigs and littles, and so the 2 little ones travel a lot with us because the bigs are kind of in high school.
Yeah.
But we're trying to give them like this eclectic learning and kind of this real world environment.
Yeah.
And so this is the tool that allows us to do it.
Yeah. Now, listen, I got one rule for all of my interviews. There's no holding back. We're going to give them the blueprint on what it really takes to build a, multi-million dollar, billion-dollar company in today's world. Can we make that happen?
Yeah, let's do it.
Before we get into some questions, so could we have a quick little tour of the jet?
Sure.
Is that cool?
Yeah. We did something kind of different. We did a lot of soft in here. So a little bit more softer panels that kind of make it quieter and cozy.
Yeah.
And then we did this like matte wood.
So you're very attentive to the detail.
Yeah, I love this stuff. So I'm a car guy. Yeah. And so this is a car on steroids to me.
100%. How much money was this jet that you paid for?
You know, new these things are $50 million, but I bought this used, and then I put about $5 million on interior and paint.
All in all, what did you pay for?
Probably about 20.
Let's check out the rest of this right here.
We can go straight to France, about 9.5 hours.
Are you serious?
Mykonos in about 11.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Well, man, hey, let's get into some
Let's
questions
do it.
real quick. Let's do it. Who am I here with today?
Ben Pogue.
Yeah, and what line of business are you in? How did you make your billions, my man?
Well, I don't know if it's billions, but my main company was a construction company that I was second gen. It was my dad's company. I took it over in 2009, then bought the company in 2016. And then I've got several other business ventures, but those are the 2 primary.
Construction's a very competitive business to be in. There's hundreds down in the South alone.
Yeah.
How did you stand out from competition?
Man, we really went all in on people and culture. It was something that's not, I don't think, usual, especially for construction, but for a lot of companies. And what we decided a long time ago is like, hey, we're going to set our core values. We're going to stick with those. And we're going to be people focused in everything we do. I feel like every company in the world is in the people business and the service business. It's just whether they know it or not.
Hey, they say that people will take you places that money can't.
All day.
So relationships are important.
Very important, but I also think people want to know that you care for them. And it's okay to have high expectations, and it's okay to really push the envelope, but they have to know that you're going to be there for them. They have to know that you care. And I think if they know that, they'll run through walls for you.
100%. I'm going to challenge you right now. I want you to take me back to the most life-changing conversation you ever had. What is the greatest piece of advice you've received throughout your career?
Man, there's so many of them. One of my favorite quotes is, are we playing not to lose, or are we playing to win? Like, we're in this to play to win, right? And so I think for me, that was just an attitude. Like, we're not going to do the standard things that people tell you to do. We're not going to go and just check a box. We're going to be different. We're going to be a game changer. We're going to be a trailblazer.
People operate on defense, man. You got to attack.
Drives me me nuts. One of the worst regrets in life would be waking up 10 years from today and saying, man, what if I would have? I would hate that. If you look at investment advice, a lot of people will say, hey, we're going to have a diversified portfolio. I get it. Like, if you're checking boxes, I get it. Safety. But if you look at the wealthiest people in the world, they had a very consolidated portfolio. They went all in on just one or two things, and they worked really well.
What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
About $200 million.
That's personal.
And that was personal. The company does about $1.5 billion in volume, but I've got other things too that I do.
$1.5 billion?
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Thanks,
man.
man.
What did you have to sacrifice to build $1 billion company?
You know, there's not a lot of people that are willing to see your success. So sometimes friends, relationships, sometimes even family, it becomes challenging.
Did you lose family and friends on the way?
I did. I lost family and friends along the way, and I still love them to death, but I'm just not as close as I wish I could be with them. But I also have learned who's a safe place for me, who's cheering for me. It's a great quote I love is those people who are with you through the thick and thin, those people who are rooting for you no matter what, that's called family. The other ones are called blood.
Wow. And there's a difference.
There's a difference. That's right.
What was the lowest point in your career?
So, man, 2012, unexpectedly, my wife filed for divorce. I had a 4-year-old and 2-year-old. Hardest time by far in my entire life.
What did you learn about marrying the right woman? You hear often you have to be very careful with the one that you marry. Any advice that you can shed on that to the younger generation of entrepreneurs?
I think that's a fantastic question. Matter of fact, I think that's probably one of the most important decisions you'll ever make on this planet is who you marry, because that person will dictate what your life looks like going forward. And so for me, if you're looking at like, hey, what would I suggest? Obviously, there's got to be chemistry. Obviously, there's got to be attraction, but you want someone who is kind, selfless, and easy. Like that, give me that all day. Let's go have fun, have a blast, but someone who cares enough that they're going to put their stuff aside and let you do what you need to do, and vice versa. Someone who's all in. And biggest component is a faith component. If you have a faith component in your life, you've got to be equally yoked. It will never work if you don't.
How did you know God was real?
I knew God was real when he showed up when I was in a garage apartment while I was going through a divorce. There was a song by Hillsong that came on, and it says, all I need is you, all I need is you, Lord. And I realized in that moment that at the time I didn't even need the wife that I loved. I didn't even need the kids that I loved and couldn't see as much, because all I needed was him. He showed up and met me right where I was, and that was for me rock bottom. And I know to this day, no matter what I go through, he's always going to be there. That's when God became my God.
How old are you now?
I'm 45.
Yeah, let me ask you this. If me and you died tomorrow and you had one more message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
You know, I would say my dad's quotes was great. He said, don't sweat the small things, and everything is small. So we get all worked up about all this stuff. And at the end of the day, we can only control today. And I would also say this is like, don't ever put a limit on God's dreams for your life. I think that's powerful. And I believe it's like Proverbs 16. It says, let your plans be known to the Lord, and then he will establish them. And how often am I like, hey, here's my plans, let's go do it. Genie in a bottle, make it happen. How often do I do that? And God's like, that's cute. I got a better idea, because his plan's bigger and he knows way more of the outcome. He also knows the desires of our hearts.
Man, can I tell you something? You got amazing advice, my friend.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate you, man. And I got to ask you, every week I host live calls with the billionaires I interview in my audience where they mentor them. Would you do a live call and mentor some people?
Absolutely.
Is that cool?
Yeah, love to.
Guys, that's a wrap on today's video, man. I don't even have any words, man. We just ended up on the private jet with a billionaire out here in Dallas, man. So stop what you're doing right now. Like and subscribe for amazing content we've got coming every week with the craziest business owners in the world. But let's go a step even further. I want to give you direct access to my billionaire network. If you stop right now and you go down to the link in the description of this video, you can join the #1 most powerful entrepreneur community and network in the entire world called the School of Mentors, where you hop on live calls every week with the millionaires and billionaires I interview, and you ask your questions directly to them. So I can't wait to see you on the inside. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video.